Hello, everyone, and welcome to another NintendoFuse review. Today, I'm talking all about Romancing Saga Minstrel Song Remastered International for the Nintendo Switch. So, Romancing Saga Minstrel Song Remastered International is certainly a mouthful, and this massively titled game comes out December 9th of 2025, published by Red Art Games and originally published and developed by Square Enix. And full disclosure, a review code was provided. So thank you very much. So the original Romancing Saga Minstrel Song Remastered came out back in 2022. Square redid the game, added new elements, enhanced the boss fights, improved playability, made more characters recruitable, did a whole HD graphical upgrade, and then Red Art Games came around and took the game, and they added new localization for French, German, Italian, and Spanish, as well as English. As English obviously included. Um, they've got new characters now that can be recruited, even more than the original release. They enhanced and they have more difficult boss battles. They added a high-speed mode to the game, mini maps, and a new game plus mode. So they took a game that already had enhancements and they added more enhancements. And that's a great thing. The problem with this game is this is something with the SaGa series. You either love the SaGa series or you hate the SaGa series. It really is no middle ground. It's a very peculiar series from Square, and it definitely seems like the series that gets the smallest budget. And while this game did get a complete overhaul, it's an ugly overhaul. Um, the characters look ugly. The world looks very bland. It looks straight out of PS1. You can't rotate the camera when you're like in the overworld. You are just running towards the camera sometimes and blindly hoping for the best. The mini map that they added in this one helps immensely because at least you can see a general area. Without the mini map, it would be even worse. But still, you have a right stick and you can't just rotate the camera. It's kind of infuriating because it's like, come on. A lot of things seem very simplistic. You get to pick from a different, I think it's like 8 different characters to start with. You get to choose which one you want. They're all different classes, standard RPG fare, and you get some pretty laughable cutscenes. And it could be very much stylistically what they were shooting for, but it feels like they they made the cutscenes like on a shoestring budget, and they probably did because I don't think Square gives them a lot of budget for these games. The saga has some quirks that I particularly don't care for, such as weapon durability. But it has some stuff I do like, where you can like learn different skills the more you use weapons, and the more you battle, you level up individually, not just like you gained level 2. It's like, oh no, your health improved or your agility improved. Things like that I like. The story, at least for the character I chose, was pretty laughable. I had a really hard time getting invested in the characters. The looks didn't help. The the combat was, at least in the beginning, was very dull. Our The Saga games also have what's really unique, where if a character dies in battle, they don't die. They just gonna get knocked out, and you have a chance to heal them. However, if an enemy attacks them in this state, they die and they lose an LP or a life point. Uh, they only have so many life points, and these cannot be replenished. When the LP eventually disappear, the character's gone for good. I hope you enjoyed them. They're gone from the game. So it makes it a little more stressful. I don't like things that are finite, and that's one of those things that I've not never been a fan of with the Saga series. Uh, is this the best way to play this game? And the answer is absolutely yes. This is the most definitive version you're getting of the game. How does it play on Switch? It plays well. It runs well. The frame rate's good. The loading was okay. Like, I had no problem playing it on Switch, but it's just, it didn't do it for me. And I hate to say that. I love Square games, but I've just never been able to get into the Saga games, no matter how many times I've tried. So here's the deal. The game is $29.99. If you love SaGa games and you haven't played this one yet, then yes, that's a steal at that price. If you already played the original remastery of Minstrel Song, do I think there's enough new in this international version for you to go for it? No, unless you happen to be, fluent in French, German, Italian, or Spanish as your first language and you prefer to play games in those languages, then yes, then I do. Because then at least you can enjoy the game in your native language. And I think that's really cool that more people can experience the game in its native language. So props to Red Art Games for adding those languages in. It's the first time this game has had this type of localization. That needs props. If you've never tried a SaGa game before, should this be your first one? I would say no. I would say Romancing Saga 2's remake that just came out, Revenge of the Seven, that one is worlds better in my opinion, and that one has a demo, and that's where I think you should go before this game. And if you just love Romancing Saga, then you don't need to know what I care about. It doesn't matter what I think. You already love it. Then pick up this game. Otherwise, out of curiosity, you could wait for a sale. But there is no demo. And if you really want to get into the Saga series, I think there are better games than this one, unfortunately. But I do want to thank Red Art Games. They've provided me a review code for this. Again, this comes out December 9th of 2025. Published This version was published by Red Art Games and originally by Square Enix. And if you enjoy reviews like this, then please go to NintendoFuse.com and subscribe right down below. We've got tons more reviews, game chats, industry interviews, our bi-weekly podcast, and so much more. So please, we appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have an absolute wonderful day.